Hello. In today's video, I will talk about the Ten of Swords. So, the Ten of Swords, how I understand this card is, it is the last card in the suit of swords, or the Karma family. It is, of course, again, the Karma family is dealing with the energy of the wind or air. It's working with action and broad sight. It is working with the color green. In a regular deck of cards, we're talking about the Ten of Spades. So, this card in its upright position is going to represent some kind of betrayal, a forced turning point, like something that forces you to turn a corner. It's going to be like a painful transition. It's this particular card, so I'll tell you a little bit about the story about when I went through the practice, this Maitri Space Awareness practice that I did in graduate school. I was doing the practice for karma, and I had this kind of like visceral memory of being hung and being beaten, and it was like this very peculiar experience to come out of this posture and out of this practice with this feeling like I had been hung. When I arrived at the end of the swords and I was working with this card, I had that same kind of feeling. I had this memory of that feeling that I had when I was doing the practice in grad school. The irony of this is that I actually experienced the betrayal that this card represents. And so at the time when this card was coming into being, there was this experience of this like betrayal, this I felt like I had been stabbed in the back. There were people that I trusted very much who had kind of like turned on me. Of course, we're talking about a temporary situation, and so luckily this was a temporary situation, but I felt very alienated. I felt like people had, like people were coming for me. And it brought up this memory that I had of going through this practice and having this visceral memory of being hung. And so that's kind of how oftentimes this card is, a person laying on the ground with swords in their back, like someone has come and stabbed them in the back. And it felt, because I had that experience of being hung, it felt like this card needed to represent both the being stabbed in the back and kind of being lynched. And that's what, it's like the feeling of this card when you're going through it, when it's in its upright position, is this, it feels like that. It feels like a lynching. It feels like a, being hunted down and like stabbed in the back. It feels like this kind of mob or something has like, turned on you and is now crucifying you. And so it's almost like this crucifixion. In its reversed position, this card is speaking to this place where we're being told we need to shift and turn a corner, and we hold on so tightly that we're unable to shift or turn the corner. And so in its reverse position, it's talking about someone unwilling or unable to actually make a shift. And so it could be that you're holding on to either people who have betrayed you and you're like refusing to see who they are and see them for, you know, how they're actually moving in the world. And so you could be like either holding on to a friendship or holding on to a relationship that has, that has proven that it's not a reliable situation. Or it could be that it's a particular situation that you're holding on to that you're unable to let go of and actually make the turn to, you know, come into health or come into wisdom. Of course, this card was coming in toward the, this suit, the swords, was a very painful time for me. And so this card was kind of like the last card in this suit that was kind of just, like, I guess kind of bringing this suit home in a way. I feel like that's all I want to say about this card for now. In the next video, we will transition into the cups. I would like to thank you for joining me. I look forward to talking to you again soon.